Okay, everyone, I am officially pissed today. Like, April was going so well. The spring lineup was crazy, and many new BL actually managed to deliver. I was enjoying Duang with You, Only Friends Dream On, and even the Bollywood movies were kind of good. But then, there came this guy who managed to achieve the impossible. He made me like Chetan Bhagat and made me hate him more. And this anger did not come out all of a sudden. It had been building up all these years, okay? And we are talking about the critic, Shan Prasher, and calling him a critic is also an exaggeration because I feel like this man shouldn't be allowed to exist on YouTube, okay? He kind of builds this anti-South narrative, or more particularly, an anti-Telugu narrative. I don't get why this man has a problem with the Telugu film industry. Like, I will give you proof, okay? You have seen him be the first person to criticize the Telugu film industry. Like, any bad film from the Telugu film industry, this man's review would be the first to come out. He would even travel all the way to Kanyakumari if that is the only show available for a Telugu movie. That's how desperate he is to criticize it. And when a good film from the Telugu film industry comes, I cannot see any review from him. Okay, he might give an excuse like, oh, the shows are not available in my region or whatever. And he would just be like, okay, this movie is bad. I found faults in this movie, and he manages to find faults in the movie going out of his way too. Like, I really don't get why Shan is like this. Like, he was so good in his old famous honest reviews, or when he first started honestly saying, okay? And then cut to the video which he just released, casteism in a Telugu film industry. First off, Shan's sources are not very credible, and second off, it looks like he is at least 10 to 15 years behind on this research, okay? Because Shan never mentions actors like Nani or Advi Shesh or Jagapati Babu or even Brahmanandan or anybody who are more successful. And even if you think that, okay, this caste system is very prevalent in the Telugu film industry, fine, they do have pan-India fans, right? And even if somebody is not getting a chance in the Telugu film industry, what is stopping them from going to the other film industries and trying their hand at it? It's not like the Telugu film industry is the only way to go, right? And guys, while this is a problem to talk about, why don't you let the locals do it? Because they obviously have more knowledge than you do. And shout out to Desi Deep Dive for actually calling out Shan Prasher on his hypocrisy and his anti-South bias. These two have done such a fabulous job. I love listening to their podcast, so I highly recommend you check their film reviews out. These are people who I think know their stuff pretty well, at least compared to other reviewers on YouTube. And Shan, even though you say that, oh, you are doing this for educational purposes, this video is nothing short of a propaganda, okay? You are actively trying to shut Tollywood down, okay? You are calling Tollywood as a Telugu film industry. Acknowledge it, call it Tollywood for God's sake. And also, this is just like YRF promoting the Pakistan narrative, okay? The only difference being that you don't have the massive budget to push your anti-South idea forward. So basically, my point is that if you are planning to show the bad side of the Telugu industry, might as well show the good ones and be very nuanced about it. That's your job as a critic. And wherever our narcissist Shan Prasher goes, he never fails to bring his hatred for Tollywood with him, because in every other podcast, he just goes like, oh, Tollywood has a big obsession with navels. Now bros seem to forget the fact that Bollywood has an equally big obsession with the cleavages. So sexualization is a problem in every industry, and that is the harsh truth. And newsflash, guys, most of the heroines in Tollywood are outsiders, okay? And I don't even think half of them know how to speak in Telugu. Like, you take Samantha, for example. Woman had to get her lines dubbed in Telugu when she first started acting. So there is no question of caste here. I don't understand why he's pulling up this angle. And also, guys, while we're at it, let's just roast him completely, okay? So back in the day, Shan was just like, Rashmika Mandana is becoming really popular, so let's just call her out on it. Now, Shan, you have no fucking right to criticize Rashmika Mandana, okay? And by the way, guys, I'm really sorry. Since I am really, really mad at this dude right now, this video is going to contain cuss words. So, as I was saying, you have no fucking right to criticize Rashmika Mandana because your pronunciation of the Telugu language is atrocious, okay? In this video, Shan calls the town Ongole as Ongole. My guy, what research have you done to call Ongole as Ongole? Okay, just listen to the audio. It takes 2 fucking seconds. Okay, and then he also murders other pronunciations of the Telugu language, which is so hard to listen to. And also, Shan is pronouncing Telugu as Telugu. Okay, I would blame it on that, but again, you go out of your way to judge our Hindi when you can't pronounce our language right. So, obviously, I should criticize you on this, right? And also, he tries to find faults with Rashmika Mandana, but he is just like, okay, the only fault I can find with Rashmika is that she can't speak Hindi. Which, fine, but have you seen the Nepo kids too? You have gone softer on them, right? And you have gone much harder on Rashmika. And also, even when her job is pretty decent, you never comment on it. You try to find faults in her. And you are also like, since it is not enough, I need to tell people that, okay, Rashmika Mandana has not gotten any Botox or anything, and she seems very natural in interviews, so that I have to add a drop of nuance to this. And obviously that doesn't solve anything. And also, after this video, Rashmika Mandana's movie The Girlfriend came out right after Shan said that, okay, maybe Rashmika Mandana is suited for flower pot roles and all. And the movie The Girlfriend is a direct slap to this video. But Shan does not review the movie at all, even when it comes out on Netflix. Like, this was your answer to Rashmika Mandana being a very good actress, and yet you don't go back on your word, because I think you would rather die than admit that you were wrong about Rashmika Mandana, okay? And also, I think that Shan is a bit anti-feminist, because there was this movie Bulbul, okay, and then he is just like, oh, I did not feel any horror in that movie. Like, Tried and Refused Productions said that he was wrong regarding Bulbul, okay? It is horror from a woman's perspective, because Tripti Dimris kind of gets assaulted by her family members and also gets mistreated pretty badly, which is horrific for anybody. So obviously Shan failed to understand that right at the beginning, and then he never apologizes for his review. And also he cracks a very sexist joke saying that, okay, female stand-up comedians are not funny. My guy, at least they are funnier than you, because they don't repeat the roast of their videos, okay? Now, credit where credit is due. I'm happy that bro appreciates films like Mrs. and The Great Indian Kitchen and other films that are actually feminist and give a strong feminist message, and also calls out toxic feminism through 4 more shots. But also, I like the fact that he calls out Mukesh Khanna more than 1,000 times and actually manages to make it funny. And I think very soon, if Shan Brasher manages to get old, he might become like the Mukesh Khanna for Gen Z. Like when they say you will eventually become what you hate if you don't change your ways. But only time will tell, I guess. And also, there is one more thing that really, really pissed me off, okay? Shan is telling that he watches anime. I will call bullshit on that. Do you know why? Because I saw Shan's IMDb page, and the only anime he has included is Arjun the Demi-Human. And we all know that Arjun ends on a cliffhanger, and the manga of Arjun is infinitely better than the anime, okay? If you are an anime fan, you should include Attack on Titan on your IMDb page. No questions asked, because Attack on Titan is a flawless masterpiece. So you saying that, oh, I watch a lot of anime, and, you know, I kind of am versatile in this, and not including Attack on Titan, just says that you are a fake anime fan and you just want to attract attention from everybody else. And also, instead of reviewing all nice Telugu movies, you go out of your way to actually roast the influencers who I've never even heard of. However, I feel like this man should not exist on YouTube, okay? He is spreading the anti-South hate, and he particularly hates the Telugu film industry. Like, I get hating the film industry, but also let people enjoy it in peace, okay? Why are you going out of your way to brainwash people to hate this industry, okay? Are you jealous of it, or did we do anything to you? Did we traumatize you in any way? Like, just tell us what's going on, Shan. Why are you spreading hate like this? This is toxic on another level. And also, guys, he loved Animal, which is very weird to me. And also, he did not exaggerate on the fact that, oh, Tripti Dimris' character is toxic. Like, can you please exaggerate on that fact while you have already exaggerated on Ranvijay being a very bad character? And also, you did not call it out enough, and you also kind of defended Ranvijay being very, very protective of his wife and everything, and you just gave a throwaway line that, oh, Ranvijay talking about his wife's periods or talking about how he just underwent through all of that is not called out for. And where is your Marco review? Also, why are you so anti-South, man? Like, honestly, I don't get why this guy liked Animal, because I have seen darker characters in manga, and Ranvijay was just a poor excuse of a character. Like, Ranveer Singh's performance, no doubt, is good. The cinematography is good. And I think Sandeep Reddy Vanga knows where to place music and all, and bro knows how to direct. But bro's storytelling is peak trash. So it just doesn't make sense to me. And also, guys, if we are calling out Shan on more stuff, then I think his podcasts are heavily flawed. Like, you can see some guests being so uncomfortable in his podcast. He is struggling to make them communicate. And I think you can see that with at least Badal, or even for the Sham Sharma show. When Sham first comes on the show, he kind of listens to Sham and then is just like, okay, yeah, political takes, very good. And then he is just like, okay, did you see this movie? Did you see this movie? What's your take on this? What's your take on that? And also, you can see Sham just being blank on all of this. And then Shan is a big narcissist going to other people's podcasts and is just like, oh, you know what? I am so thankful for my family. And, you know, I have seen this movie and I've seen this movie and my knowledge is so vast. And obviously, these podcasters just feed into his narcissism. And obviously, he kind of calls out everybody's English when his English is really terrible, saying unfathomable instead of unfathomable, and saying stupid instead of stupid. And also, don't even get me started on how he goes out of his way to even criticize the most minor things that don't even appear on my social media feed. I know I am sounding like a broken tape recorder when it comes to Shan, but also he kind of shows off on his Instagram about his body, which also explains why he is immune to shirtless pics. But my guy, that is just fan service from the female gaze. Why are you criticizing that? And also, guys, I just hate how he kind of tries to prove himself right and saying that, oh my god, others are kind of wrong in that, and he might look like he is open to discussions and everything, but in reality he is not. Okay, he would just be like Arnab Goswami if you kind of have a debate with him. Now, I do support some of his opinions on Anupama Chopra or anybody else, but not this. And guys, there was this other video which Shan posted that compares the newly released Ramayan trailer to Adi Purush, and my guy pulls up comments from Twitter or wherever and then reads it out. So there is one comment I would like to talk about. Okay, first off, it's not Bondam, it is Bondam, and saying Bondam is equal to saying Chotia in Hindi. Okay, so obviously, Shan Prasher refuses to acknowledge that fact because that would go against his narrative of the Telugu fan clubs being very rabid and toxic. And obviously, my guy has never seen rabid and toxic fan clubs in his entire life, despite being a very big Bollywood fan. Okay, I agree. We are rabid, we are toxic, we treat our Telugu celebrities like gods. Okay, Tollywood is basically run on a nepotism and god system, yes, but it is not as scrutinizing as being a Bollywood fan and looking at your stars from a lens of criticism. Okay, and yes, the Allu Arjun incident did happen, but I really hope that it doesn't happen again. Okay, and I really hope that we do learn from our mistakes, but that doesn't make you, especially a person like you, responsible for calling it out repeatedly. Because if that's the case, then you should call out many Bollywood scandals repeatedly, even more than this. And obviously, I feel like the only time he was compelled to praise the movies coming from Malayalam industry or Kannada industry is when it gets an audience acclaim and when it gets recognized. And literally, I am still mad at him for not reviewing The Girlfriend, because every critic under the sky reviewed that movie, so why couldn't you do it? And also, I feel Like, Shan just needs to calm down a bit and just needs to keep his research aside and maybe just go back to roasting influencers because that's what he is good at. Okay, and it really breaks my heart because I used to kind of like this guy and how honest he was in the beginning, but after that, watching him slowly deteriorate in the form of this menacing human being is pretty pathetic to watch. Now, most of the time when Shan uncle is reviewing a Telugu or a Kannada or a Malayalam film, he brings out his daughter's toys and explains the plot of the movie. Now, I don't know about you, but if that was my dad, I would be super embarrassed. But if I didn't know better, I think Shan uncle was just trying to be a good father and teaching his daughter how to share stuff in a very twisted way. So props to him on that. What I will not forgive is Shan uncle trying to murder anatomy. Like, he just rants out these words like in the cerebral cortex of your testicle, of your prostate, of your BPH or whatever the hell. And even Eminem is just like, bro, we know that you are trying to murder anatomy. You are making it so obvious here, even though you're trying to hide it with a rap faster than mine. So, obviously, Shan, stop it. You are not an MBBS student and you don't have a degree in biology. So, you are nobody to prescribe drugs to the mentally retarded celebrities out there. And I really, really hope that he just improves and he just realizes his faults. So I think that's all I have to say in this very short rant about Shan Prasher. So obviously he made the list of the men I hate most right after Navya and Griffith. So that's saying a lot, but I really, really hope that man improves and works on his flaws and also becomes very nuanced in the future. So that's all from my side. Thank you so much for sticking till here. If you made it till here, then you have nerves of steel, and I am open to all sorts of comments also. I'll see you in the next one.